Alrighty, here we are with another Chinesium tool review. Welcoming JomGand to the testbed. Quite literally. This is a sponsored review. As usual, they send me something to review. I get to keep it, and you get to see whether or not you should buy it or not. So this is a jump starter, and I'm sure you've seen these before, but this one is a little bit bigger. Just a little. So the touting features on this is that it can jumpstart quite a lot. It's got a pretty massive battery in it. This is 22, I guess that's the amps, yeah. 2,250 amp jumpstart, which, you know, I guess that's a lot. It also has a built-in air compressor that goes up to 150 psi, so that's neat. It's got a light and a bunch of ports for all your stuff to plug in too. So you have your jump ports here, and your everything else ports here. So I guess USB type A, type C, and some kind of jack. Maybe that's a DC jack? I have no clue. Got a nice little carrying handle here, and this is where the air goes. It even has a nice little caution hot sign because shit does get hot. And on this side, it's a massive light. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. We're gonna see what else is in the box, and then we're gonna use it for a very alternative purpose. And so I got one more to dig into here. Okay, so I got little dinky alligator clips. The plastic feels pretty cheap, but you know, it's the metal that really counts. It's got a nice spring in there. So that plugs in. It's polarized. Sort of. There's a square end on the one side. Okay, that is the 12 volt cigarette lighter charging jack. So you can charge this from the car or from a port. It's also got a type C to type C. That's nice. I don't have one of them yet. And an A to C. Here is our air chuck, which will be useful when filling tires or other devices. And then we have a little adapter kit, which hopefully can screw onto here so we have a little bit of tube. But anyway, you turn it on. This one actually came relatively charged. I was playing with it once. The sunlight is going to play with your vision. See, there you go. In the sunlight, it looks like it's flickering because the phone can't pick it up properly. But I promise you it doesn't flicker in person. So, I guess the top is our charge. We have PSI, but we might be able to also switch it to voltage. But yeah, anyway, on to our more unconventional reason for pulling this out right now. So I'm currently trying to fill the diff with oil, and if you know anything about that, you know it's a pain in the ass. So I wanted to try one of those really cool tricks online where you put an air compressor on the one side of the bottle, and it'll force the fluid up the tube. So let me see if I can rig that together and see just how useful this little box is. Alright. It's difficult to make out, but we actually got fluid. I don't know how much is moving. It's not moving very fast, but maybe if I can block it a little better. Right now the box says 0, because yeah, I guess it's a 0. I'll show you my new and improved dual screw cap here. So we're going to turn on the pump and see what happens. Showing 6 psi right now. Alright, here we go. Boom. Well, I guess this thing is useful for filling up your diff oil if you need to do that. Nice. That's a point for you. Alright, so good news is anywhere you got a phone charger, you now got a charger for this thing too. So USB-C port pops right in there and you can see the units charging up. So we'll come back a little later. Alright, so I have this thing charging for I think a day or two. I left it for a few days, and like it shows between like 2 or 3 marks. I don't know how long this thing actually takes to charge, or if it ever fully charges, or if the display is just lying to me. But anyway, we're gonna keep using this thing for its usual purposes. All right, so we're gonna see what happens when we connect this thing up. So they fit on there pretty well. They got enough bite to get over bigger terminals, which is nice. So if I turn this on, it's showing the PSI right now, and now it's switched over to the jumper mode. So it's actually putting out 15 volts, which is crazy. And if you turn it off, it shows you what the regular battery voltage is, I think. So right now we're at like 12.6. It was showing 12.2 a second ago, but I wanted to see what it does. So if you turn that on, maybe it would help if I actually read the instructions. But yeah, putting out 15 volts right now. We're going to try to start it once with the battery and one without the battery. Oh yeah, she starts right up. Holy fuck. Okay. Nice. Alright, so I don't have a dead battery, so we're going to simulate one by just taking the battery out of the equation. So if we turn this on, it's going to immediately go to the PSI mode. I don't know if there's a way to switch this over to... Oh, there we go. So it's showing us the voltage now, which is nothing. Yeah, okay. So you push the power button and it's spitting out 15 volts. So now let's see what it sounds like just jumping off the box. Yeah, starts right up. That's totally off the box. Nice. Not bad. Okay, well, there's your jump start test. Definitely works. Cool beans. Alright, so we got ourselves a tire over here. Flat as could be, no air whatsoever. So we're going to see what this thing does. So we're going to turn it on. Hit the pump button. Hold the pump button. You can see the pressure that it's putting in right now. Let's see if it does anything. It's doing something. It's harder to squish. Alright, so we just hit the 30 PSI mark there. Okay, so once you turn it off, you can see where it's resting. So it's kind of hard to measure pressure while it's flowing, so it's actually at 26. So we will keep it going. Alright, so there you go. Now it's resting about 31 PSI. So just like that, you've got yourself a rock solid tire ready to go after you jumped your car. Because once you jump the car, you could start charging this thing with the alternator. And you could do a tire repair right on the side of the road. If you got yourself a nail, you could pull the nail and do all that. Now it doesn't help that the valve stem's leaking there, so we can't test this. Okay, so I just reseated the valve stem with my ARB tire deflator, which it'll take the valve stem out and then screwed it back in and it's good. Alright, so I just had that on for a second, and we're at 30 psi. So let's see just how close that is. It's jumping between 29 and 30, but close enough, right? Alright, so I know this one is usually pretty accurate. So that's showing a little low. That was at like 20, 28 almost. Just want to see how close this one is. So that's actually showing closer to 26. So that is a little concerning, that the internal pressure reading it's showing is lower. Because that's showing like 29, and it's actually only like 27. So this unit that I have here is reading a little high for what it's actually doing. But, you know, if you're only off a couple PSI, it's not the end of the world. But it's always good to have one of these things around, especially the 60 PSIs. Don't get the ones that go up to 150. They're so friggin' useless. You can't read them. This one, it's very accurate, because for most people, we only care about being right there anyway. So, yeah, still pretty damn cool. This thing can start your car and pump your batteries, and hell, it can even charge your cell phone. And you can use it as a flashlight if you need. So it is definitely very handy, and I wouldn't hesitate to recommend this as some sort of emergency device to keep in your car. Because seriously, it does got a lot of stuff to it, you know? Turn the light on here. If you gotta do something at night. It's a little hard to be impressive during the daytime, but it is a pretty nice bright light. It's a little hard to look into, and it's also got a flashing mode too, so if you got to get people's attention, you definitely can. And it's got a slower strobe too. Oh, SOS, that's what that is, yeah. And just for a size comparison, I do want to compare this to, you know, say a portable system. I would argue that it might take up less space, or at the very least the same amount of space as one of these portable compressors. Probably less, honestly. And remember, this thing's got a battery in it too. So with these, you have to run them off a, you have to open the hood and get a battery hooked up with the jumper leads, just like this guy, in order to run that. Whereas this one, it's all in one. Now obviously this thing can run as long as your battery can, you know, as long as you got gas in the truck. But for an emergency situation where you got a flat tire or something like that, and you know, you don't feel like carrying a lot, it's a really nice option. And just for completeness sake, you can see this thing's charging this phone battery right now. See, it's flashing out, so that means there's a USB charger connected. And the phone is actually charging. That is crazy, and you can see it's at 0%, so very realistic if your phone is dead. Awesome. Very cool stuff. Now, if I did have one thing to gripe about, it would probably be the lack of a carrying case, because there is a lot of stuff to hold on to, as far as charge cables and, you know, the airline and all the fittings and chargers. So it definitely needs some kind of like accessory bag or something to go with it, or you can just use the box, but, you know, just something to think about. It's about the only negative I can think of. So, yeah. That is my review of this JomGand 8-in-1 super duper charger. Yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks again for sending this out for review. I'm going to certainly keep it in one of my vehicles, because I know I'll use it at some point in my life. They are very nice to have. Thanks for watching.